Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now third one. Okay. In a government budget, the primary deficit is 12,000 crore and the interest is 7,000. So you have to find the fiscal deficit. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, 19,000.
Then, ma'am.
So what do people got?
9.
9,000.
19,000 crores.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now this question. Okay. Just read in and try how will you solve it. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, girls, do you want me to give a hint?
No, ma'am. That.
You are done? Who is done? Ritika.
Vanisha.
Vanisha is done. Okay, Ritika, you are getting it or should I give you a hint?
Yes, ma'am. Doing it, ma'am.
Doing it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, do it. Do it. You are basically a commerce student, so I think somewhere it will be easy for you. But yeah, just try it.
Then, ma'am.
Okay, so what do you people got? 35? No?
I made a mistake in primary deficit.
Okay, so basically, okay, let me just give you a hint. Okay, first. Okay, so over here they have given as per government budget, the interest payment are 10,000 crore, right? Which is basically 40% of the primary deficit. So you don't know, ma'am, what is primary deficit? So 40% of X equals to your 10,000. Clear? So then from here you have to find this 40 divided by 100 multiplied by x equals to 10,000. Right? X will be here. It will be 10,000 multiplied by 100 upon 40. Yes. 0, 0 got cancelled. Right? Then 2, 5. Right? 2, 2, 5. Yes. So you got 25,000. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right? So you got 25,000, which is basically the X. And what is your X? It was your primary deficit. Right? PD, primary deficit. So you got primary deficit now. What is the formula for primary deficit? Fiscal deficit minus interest payment. You already have fiscal, you have to find fiscal deficit. You have primary deficit, you have interest payment. Put the value, get the answer. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Vanisha, you got the correct answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Ritika quickly correct it. Then we will move to the next part. Okay, anyone of you who is aware of Hazra? Like anyone's other account? No? Ritika, Vanisha? No, no?
None doubt.
Okay, done. Okay. Now, this is a table. Okay. Just a little bit confusion. Revenue deficit is the revenue expenditure, borrowing are this, it goes like this, right? First, you have to find the fiscal deficit, then you have to find the primary deficit. Clear?
Yes, sir. Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, so what do you people got? Will you tell me?
Ma'am, as fiscal deficit, I got 5,000. And as primary, I got 0.
Check it.
Ma'am, I got it correct. Primary deficit is 10,000 and critical deficit is
Okay.
50,000.
See, one thing which I need to tell you, for fiscal deficit, there's a formula, right? But over here, with the help of given values, you cannot find the fiscal deficit, right? So at that time, your fiscal deficit will be equals to your borrowing, right? You remember in the formula I mentioned excluding borrowing, right? But in case if other values are not given to you, so at that time, your fiscal deficit will be equals to your borrowing. Clear? So,
Okay, ma'am.
revenue deficit, from here you will find revenue deficit, revenue expenditure minus revenue this, you got this, revenue deficit. Then interest payment is 25% of revenue deficit. Revenue deficit is given 25% of revenue deficit, you know that, right? You will find it out. Then fiscal deficit is this. Primary deficit will be fiscal deficit minus interest payment. You will subtract it, you will get your primary deficit. Clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, quickly correct it.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, next question.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I found out total expenditure and interest payments, but I'm not able to find out capital expenditure.
Okay, so you are not getting this non-debt capital receipt? Okay, wait. Let Ada do, then I'll explain you because there is a new term, non-debt capital receipt. So I need to explain it. Okay? Let's just
Okay.
wait.
Ma'am, I too need the help, ma'am. I'm not able to find
Sorry, you are not audible, Vanisha.
Ma'am, I too need a help. Even I'm not able to find it out.
Okay, let's just do it again. Okay? So, oh, sorry. Hmm. Now the question is you have to find capital expenditure total and this. So first of all, to find fiscal deficit is basically revenue deficit plus revenue deficit plus who will tell me what is the formula for fiscal deficit? Girls, by which formula you are using? You are doing this fiscal deficit part. See, fiscal deficit is revenue expenditure, capital expenditure minus revenue receipt and capital receipt excluding borrowing, right? Yes or no? Right?
Yes,
Girl.
ma'am.
So revenue expenditure is given, but others is not given. So revenue receipt. Sorry. Which question we were doing? Yeah, this. Right? So revenue deficit here, right? And then capital expenditure is also there, but capital receipt is not there. So this is non-debt creating capital receipt. Clear? So this is a capital receipt. Revenue deficit is already given. That's why they have not mentioned the capital revenue and this non-capital revenue like that. They have just mentioned revenue deficit and capital expenditure and non-debt creating capital receipt. Capital expenditure and capital receipt. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So I think now you can do it. Fiscal deficit already mentioned to you. Revenue deficit already mentioned to you. Right?
Yes,
And then
ma'am.
this. I think you people can do it now.
Yes, ma'am.
Putting the value, getting the answer, right? So from here you got capital expenditure. Okay. Now after this you have to find second is total expenditure. So who got total expenditure? What is your total expenditure? 15,000 or not? Okay, sorry. Total expenditure is this 28,000 crore,
Yes, ma'am. I got that.
right? Primary deficit is 7,000 crores.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you will quickly write down the first part. Okay. Then we will move to the next questions.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Now we will do some numericals. Wait a minute. Okay, you can see the first one. This.
Yes, sir.
Quickly.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, both of you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do it. One thing you have to remember, which I'll tell you right now, and after that you'll be like, oh my God, you were working so hard, but there was no need to work hard. Okay, let me tell you, don't waste your time. Let me tell you. Okay, see, what you have to do here, you have to find the fiscal deficit, right? What is the formula for fiscal deficit? Who will tell me?
Revenue receipt plus capital expense. Sorry, revenue expenditure plus capital expenditure minus revenue receipt plus capital receipt excluding borrowings.
Yes. So over here, all the values are given to you. No, right?
No.
Capital receipt is there, revenue expenditure is there, but not other than that. So in case if all the values are not given to you, right? At that time, your FD, your fiscal deficit is equals to borrowings. So over here, all the values were not given. That's why fiscal deficit is equals to 32. Clear? Because the data on capital expenditure is not given. That means you have incomplete data. So at that time, fiscal deficit is equals to borrowing, which is 32 billions. Clear? Very,
Yes,
very,
sir.
very important. Okay. Sometimes what they do basically, they'll give you an entry and over there, they'll not tell you that fiscal deficit is borrowing. And they will ask you to calculate other things, right? Maybe primary deficit and all that. And student, first of all, they are trying to calculate fiscal deficit and they are getting confused. So remember, if other values are not given, fiscal deficit is basically the borrowing part. Put the value, get the answer. Okay, no need to waste your time. Over here also, I think you people were considering a lot of things and you were solving it, but no need to solve it because entries are incomplete. That means fiscal deficit is equals to borrowing. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Quickly note it down.
Ma'am, I do.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to the next one. This. Okay. All the values are given to you. Right? So what you have to do basically this. First calculate revenue deficit from this.
Ma'am, could you show me the
You can see the screen or I need to zoom it.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine now? Better?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's
Calculate revenue deficit.
Done.
Ma'am, are we only supposed to calculate revenue deficit?
No, first calculate revenue deficit. We'll discuss, then I'll give you the next question.
Done, ma'am.
Ma'am, both of us are on.
Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what do people
Yes,
got
ma'am.
for the revenue deficit?
1314.
55184.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you have to find fiscal deficit. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Both of you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what do people got for the fiscal deficit?
Ma'am, 13.
13,
Oh,
13,
130.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Both of you? Both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, next one, primary deficit. Quickly.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, so what you people got?
Ma'am, I got minus 57,520 crores.
Both of you got the same answer, 57,520? No?
I took the interest payment wrong. I
Okay.
wrote the values wrong.
Just check it where you made the mistake.
Ma'am, I wrote the interest payment value wrong.
Your voice is not clear, Vanisha.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
she
I
thinks
wrote
you wrote the interest payment value wrong.
Okay, Ritika, you tell me, your voice is clear.
Ma'am, she's saying she wrote the interest payment value wrong.
Okay. So interest payment, I hope you know that interest payment is already given this one. Right?
yes, ma'am. But while copying it down, I wrote it wrong.
Yes. Okay, now quickly correct it. Then we will do the next question.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Okay. Now next one, calculate the revenue deficit quickly.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So what you got for the first one, revenue deficit? 774 crore.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Both of you? Vanisha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now next one, fiscal deficit.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, so what do you people got? Fiscal deficit 1084.
Yes, ma'am.
Both of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now primary deficit, easy.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, so what do you people got?
64 crores.
64. Okay. Now this one, see, component of government budget. Revenue receipt, revenue expenditure, capital receipt and expenditure. So what are the components of government budget? All of these.
Yes, ma'am.
Revenue receipt is also a component, revenue expenditure is, and capital receipt and expenditure both are. Then receipt which do not affect the asset or liability of this government are basically the revenue receipt, right? Yes, out of these options I'm talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
Then example of non-debt creating capital receipt, recovery of loans. Yes, non-debt creating capital receipt,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Okay. So girls, I'm just giving you 2 minutes, right? What you can do, you can quickly go through this chapter, the numerical portion and everything. Just let me know if you have any issues. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, could you show the solution of the last question we solved?
Which one?
You
This?
can scroll back. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, here, in finding physical deficit, isn't it total receipts excluding borrowing? So don't we have to deduct borrowing from this?
Over here, they have mentioned this case is excluding borrowing. So recovery of loans and other receipt. So you are already recovering everything, na? So how will be the borrowing left?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Right? Recovery. Borrowing means you have taken loan, right? But you are recovering that. That's why you are taking this recovery of loans and other receipt. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Girls, any issues, any problem?
No, no.
Everything is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's it for today, girls. We'll meet in the